We all know those people that go to the absolute extremes to save money. You know, the ones who wash cling film and dry their tea bags on the radiator, that sort of thing. Maybe you've met one. Maybe you are one. But here's the truth. Living frugally doesn't mean that you have to give up on everything that you love and everything that you enjoy. It's not about reusing tea bags until they dissolve. For me, it's about tiny, everyday habits, micro habits, which don't feel like much on their own, but when you stack them up and do them consistently in different orders, that is when they start to have a big impact on your life. So here are 12 micro habits that changed the way that I think about money and completely transformed how I save money, but just as a regular mum. Micro habit 1, I stopped watching those restocking and those haul videos. You know, those aesthetic fridge TikToks that hook you in, and before you even realise it, 20 minutes have passed and you have literally just been watching somebody put their groceries away in a very nice looking, albeit, pretty looking fridge or in the cupboards with those beautiful little jars, those rows of branded juices and everything decanted into those clear acrylic tubs. And they do look gorgeous, don't they? But what they don't show you is the price tag of doing something like that. That £3.50 carton of orange juice multiplied by 6 or whatever they've just put into the lovely, well-organised fridge. It's like 20 quid. 20 pounds of juice sitting in someone's content fridge. When I was watching those videos, I started to feel like, oh my God, I was aspiring. I wanted to be like that. I wanted my home to look like that. And I almost felt like I wasn't good enough because mine didn't look like that. Mine looked lived in. Mine had got kids trampling through it. Mine had got junk thrown everywhere and all sorts of other bits and bobs. And it certainly is and wasn't anything like what you see and aspire to have in those videos. My kitchen cupboards weren't aesthetic enough. My mugs were all mismatched. But then I had a bit of a moment and I realised these people aren't restocking the family fridge, they're restocking a film prop. It's their job. That is why they've got those millions of views on it and being paid literally thousands of pounds to put that stuff in a fridge. And it was costing me money because I was then tempted to upgrade my weekly shop. So now I tend to unfollow those accounts. If I'm feeling like I want a bit of a wind down, a bit of an ASMR type moment, I'll occasionally find myself lulling into them. But if I'm watching them now, I'm doing it with the perspective of, it isn't real, I don't need to buy it, I just want something to send me to sleep. My fridge is, a mix of Aldi's finest and yellow labelled stickers and the packaging it originally came in. And you know what? My kids don't care. My kids only care that there is food in the fridge and not whether it's in some sort of colour-coded container. Micro habit 2 is to unsubscribe from emails. You know those flash sale emails, those 30% off for the next 24 hours, those tenner Tuesdays, and suddenly you find yourself clicking through and you're browsing on ASOS for stuff that you didn't even think you wanted or knew you wanted because you're trying to take advantage of a 30% discount on stuff that you don't really need. 5 minutes before that email landed in your inbox, you didn't want it. So I went through my inbox and started hitting unsubscribe to everything that I knew it could be a possible temptation. ASOS, Argos, Tesco Clubcard, promos, even Amazon. Because here's the truth, those emails are not there to help you save, they're there to make you spend. Now, if I need something like, say, school shoes for my son, then I'll actively hunt for a discount code. But I don't let my inbox tell me what I should and shouldn't do or buy. Just that one tiny change can massively cut your impulse spending. If you think, I'd still like to have those emails on occasion, then something else that I did was, because I found I got so much spam in my inbox, I set up a separate email account. So all the spam can then go to that. When you want to sign up, you want to enter a competition, you want to share links, you can be part of something, have that as your spammy junk email and just have like your own professional, exclusive, only for you and important documents, kind of work things or whatever, email account as well. I've got 4 different emails account. Business one, my private tutoring one, my personal one and my spammy one, which is full of junk. And I just found it so much easier because everything kind of was compartmentalized and I could still get what I wanted done, but without having to keep being bombarded with things that aren't relevant to me. Number 3 is to stop using buy now, pay later. In the UK, Klarna, ClearPay, Lay-by, they're everywhere. And their websites make it look harmless, just 3 easy payments. But what they don't show you is the stress of juggling 6 different due dates and the panic when your wages are late or some emergency crops up and you haven't quite got the cash there to pay it. I've been there. I once had 3 buy now, pay later payments due. They were coming out the same week as an already astronomical gas bill. And that's when I realised if I can't afford that outright, I can't afford it at all, full stop. So now I don't even let buy now, pay later be an option. For me, I always make sure I've got the full amount there if I need to pay it. The only switch on this that I would say is if you've got an interest-free period and you've got the money to one side, you could pay it, but that money is earning interest, which quite often is something I typically do. I will know that that money is earmarked for it. So I'll have those buy now, pay later situations so I can continue earning interest and then make sure that money is transferred. I can set up a direct debit, I can set up a transfer for it. So as long as I know I could afford to pay it outright, that would be the only time that I'd go for an interest-free buy now, pay later scheme. Micro habit number 4 is to check second-hand first. Before I buy new, I will always look on Facebook Marketplace, Vinted, eBay, charity shops. Over the years, I've honestly bought everything from furniture to kids' toys this way. My son's train table, Facebook Marketplace. My old couch unit, Facebook Marketplace. Dresses, clothes, Vinted. Would I buy a second-hand mattress? No. Would I buy a sofa covered in stains? Absolutely not. Bookshelves, desks, even a slow cooker. All bought second-hand and all working absolutely fine. When you get something second-hand or even better for free, it is so much sweeter. Micro habit number 5 is deleting shopping apps. Amazon, ASOS, Deliveroo, Just Eat, they are designed for speed. There is a reason why they will typically give you an extra incentive if you use their app, because they want you to download their app in the first place to take advantage of the extra incentive, an extra 10% off if you book through the app rather than through the website, because they know once that app is sitting on your phone, you are so much less likely to delete it. Therefore, you are so much more likely to be tempted to use it time and time again. They are honestly designed for that speed. 2 clicks and it's done. Your money's gone, you've spent it. So the solution was to delete them. Now, if I want something, I've got to physically come into the office and go on my computer. That tiny little bit of friction is enough to penetrate that impulse buy. And half the time, by the time I've got the chance to come in here, the kids are in bed and I want to sit down and look at it, that need, that urge is gone, it's past, or I've even forgotten about it in the first place, I've just moved on to something else. And honestly, that for me just shows that I didn't really need it. Micro habit number 6 is to avoid my phone first thing in the morning. This was honestly one of the hardest habits to break for me. I used to wake up and I'd be scrolling, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and I would find myself comparing myself to other people's lifestyles straight away. It was like one of the first things that you do in the morning. Those spotless houses, those perfect skin routines, those, perfect people who just seem to get up and look fantastically made up in the morning. And as I've got all the shit in order, well, my life is just chaos. And I realise I'm just sat there doom scrolling so that I can avoid the morning routine and getting started with what I know is going to be hard work just to get the kids out the door. And then what I found was happening is that because I was starting my day like that, I was feeling a bit rubbish. I was feeling like I needed some sort of fix, some sort of pick-me-up to get me in the mood, to get me motivated. I was wanting to then go out and buy all the skincare that I didn't need and all the clothes that I haven't got nowhere to wear them to. I just stick with my tiny capsule wardrobe of staying at home. Now, I just leave my phone on the side and go and grab a brew and start to get ready for the day, get myself ready before I even try and tackle the children. And that in itself was like half the battle. I set my priorities so that by the time I do get to social media, I've already set my tone for the day and not my algorithm. Micro habit number 7 is to carry reusable water bottle with me. I know it sounds really small, but like a £1.20 bottle from the petrol station, or £2.80 for a bottle of Coke from the post office or wherever I'm called to nip to. But every time I forgot a drink, it was costing me I started keeping drinks in the boot of my car as well, because even if I forgot it on the way out, I knew I had a little stash in the boot of my car that I could just then grab. And the kids know they're in there as well. So if they need a drink, then we just go and grab one of those rather than me having to stop off somewhere. And you can make it however you want to make it. You can grab yourself a nice pink sparkly one if you want to, if it makes you feel more incentivized to drink from it rather than buying one, because the money that you'd spend on a reusable bottle is far significantly less than what you would spend on keep buying throwaway bottles day in, day out. Micro habit number 8 is that I borrow or I go digital with books. I love books. When I was a kid, that was my thing that I was known for. I would literally read a book every day or two and go through them like nobody's business. But now, a typical book is like £8.99, 10 quid. Hardback, forget it. Now I mix it up. My library card, because yes, they do still exist. Free Kindle books, I absolutely love, and it means I'm trying out different authors that I didn't even realise existed, and secondhand charity shop finds as well. You can also use Libby, which is a free library audio app. It's a great way of getting my audio book fix. Love listening to one of those whilst I'm cleaning, tidying, or doing other jobs around the house. This way, I'm getting my reading fix, but without the £40 Waterstones bill. Micro habit number 9 is to buy own brand first. Instead of automatically buying the Heinz beans or the Fairy liquid, I will try the supermarket's version first. If it doesn't work, I might go up a step, but at least I have tried it. Some are rubbish, Sainsbury's own ketchup did not pass the test. Marks and Spencer's one absolutely did. Others, they're identical. Aldi's shampoo, brilliant. Lidl's dishwasher tablets, lifesaver. The trick is to test and see. Don't just pull your nose up and go, oh, it's the wrong brand, I'm not even going to try it, because you've already made that decision. You've already decided then. And that's not going to help anybody. Sometimes the only difference is honestly the label. And if you don't like it, you can always swap back. Micro habit number 10 is to use food apps carefully. I'm not going to sit here and go, I never get a cheeky McDonald's, because I absolutely do. But when I do, I use the app. Free fries, buy one, get one free, discount codes. Why not? They are there because, they want people to buy time and time again. But if you're just going to stick to those, then brilliant, because then you're the winner. You're taking advantage of the deal and not getting sucked into other bits on the side. Here is the catch. If you think you're going to be tempted by it, and quite often I used to be the same, I would find that I could delete the app and just download it when I was ready to use it. That way, it's not in my peripheral vision every time I turn my phone on. I'm not getting those notifications pushed through whenever I'm on my phone, so I'm not tempted by those. Apps are honestly a brilliant way of saving if you're going to eat out anyway. But if they are making you eat out more often than you might do, then they're a nightmare. Micro habit number 11 is to surround myself with frugal voices. When I follow creators who are smart with money, it reminds me daily that being frugal isn't weird, it's smart. If you're watching this video, then you are already doing the same thing. Surround yourself with content that makes you feel normal. It is so much easier to say no to debt when you see others proudly also saying no, just in the same way. Surround yourself with those people that you aspire to be, not with those people that make you feel bad about yourself. Micro habit number 12 is to use last night's dinner as a lunch. I don't always get a chance to do lots of big batch cooking marathons. I'm not going to cook for the month ahead. That isn't me at all. But I do try and cook several meals all in one go for the week, Monday to Friday. And I'll always try and cook a little bit extra as well for the next day. Spaghetti bolognese, add an extra portion, or just reduce the portion that I put on my plate and have it with a bit of side salad or some garlic bread. Chicken curry, make enough for tomorrow. That way, the next day, lunch is sorted. It's going to save me a £5 trip to Greg's. And honestly, I always think pasta and curry tastes so much better the next day anyway, because you've had that time for extra marination of spices and herbs. So that is it. 12 micro frugal habits that have changed my life forever. None of them are extreme. None of them make me feel deprived. All of them have honestly saved me hundreds, if not thousands of pounds over the years. So here is my challenge for you. Pick one or maybe even two to try this week. Let me know in the comment section down below which ones you're going to try, because I would love to cheer you on. If you've enjoyed this video and you would like to see more just like this one, but absolutely free and to make my day, I'd absolutely love it if you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and maybe give us a thumbs up or a like. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll see you really soon. Bye.